Hi, everyone. I'm Allie, and I want to welcome you to your LifterLMS 30-day trial. I'm here with LifterLMS CEO Chris Badgett, and we'd like to walk you through your trial site to help you maximize your experience and give you some tools and tips for getting started during your trial. Hi, Chris.
Hi, Allie. It's
Hi.
good to be here. I'm excited to demo some of the great things about Lifter that people can check out.
Yeah, so I'm going to hand it over to you. And why don't you show everybody what the first few steps they should take are?
I think the first things to do are really test the website and play with it two different ways. The first way is to play with it as your students would experience it. And then it's to really get into the back end and start creating your own course to see what the teacher or the course building, course design experience is like. But to start, when you got an email with your password, the address and password to log in. So if you just click on this link in the header and then enter your email address and password, you can log into the site. And that takes you to your student dashboard. Right now, you don't have any courses, you haven't started any memberships, you don't have data here. But if you go back to the homepage, and just kind of look at the course catalog here. We've got a bunch of sample demo courses here. And this first course right here is actually a complete demo of many of the features that make LifterLMS great. There's a couple of lessons here you can check out. But really, the best thing to do is to start at the beginning and enroll in this free course. So if you jump on in here, we're collecting first and last name because we need that for our certificate at the end of the course. These other fields in this particular registration are optional. You can those required if you like. And I'm going to go ahead and click the enrollment button. So now you can see this pop-up here. This is the Lifter LMS notation system. We have these pop-ups that happen at various points that you can configure, customize, and turn on off. But I'm inside a course. You can see I'm at 0% progress. I could just click the get started button and I'm off to the races in my first course. I can click mark complete after I watch that lesson video, and you can see, that I've checked lesson one off the list and I'm kind of progressing through the content. And you can we don't have prerequisites set up on this course, so you can kind of jump around and go to whichever lessons look interesting to you. This how to use courses lesson is really helpful, and how to create a course section and lessons lesson is really helpful. So it's a core about creating courses. And another great one is over here in the quizzes. You can take a sample quiz. People often questions about, how does the quiz system work? So there's a sample quiz you can get going on right here. And we've got some of the advanced features turned on, like the quiz timer and things like that. But I would just encourage you to jump around. You can see, if we go back to our dashboard, now we've started this course and we're making progress this free course. And we can always jump back into that course and pick up where we left off from our student dashboard. But to go back to the catalog, we've also got some other courses here, like the leadership course. And this one is a paid course. For your trial site, we've got it's so that the card system is with Stripe is in test. So the whole box where this is something you only see when you're testing. You can put in a credit card right here. This is actually a fake credit card, but it will behave as if a real transaction is taking place with a real credit card, and it allows you to test the system. You also test it, like what happens if somebody puts in a card that gets declined, doesn't put in the correct VV number and whatnot. But this is our Lifter LMS Stripe add-on in test mode. So you can see we've got the leadership course in the cart. We're collecting some required information and optional information here. If you want to create a coupon and you're testing, you can test out the coupons we have. And this is actually a repayment of $15 a month for 12 months for the access 1 year. LifterLMS access plans are very powerful. Any model you can come up with for your courses and memberships possible with LifterLMS. But I'm going to go ahead and buy this course now with my fake credit card. And I'm on the hook for $15 a month. I got my successful enrollment in the course, and I can go ahead and get started and move on into lesson 1 again. So that's just kind of a quick into a paid course. And now you can see if I go back to my dashboard, I've got more courses here. As I earn certificates and achievement badges, those things will start showing up here as well. So if I go to my LifterLMS training course here, and if I complete this lesson, I can just keep progressing through, and it's kind of auto advancing to the next and so on. So we're just moving on through the course, and we just completed a section. So test it out, play around, click around, and use a couple of the courses, and just see what the experience is like. Your LifterLMS site is also a regular website, so you can standard pages like right here we have an about page. You can have regular blog posts and any kind of page content. You can see here that it even you can have footer link additional content or link out to your social media and so on. But that's really what the front end experience is about. And that's a quick tour. There's a lot more detail and fine-tuned features, but I just want to get you started and get you going in the right direction. But here as the owner of the website for your try LifterLMS for $1 30 days here, I would encourage you to start create a real course or even a fake course just to kind of test that experience. So you can just go up here to the dashboard. This is like the back of the website. If you're new to WordPress, that you can get to up here and get to the back end. WordPress itself has stuff by default, like these posts. This is great blog posts. This is the media library where your uploads are stored. Good is using Gravity Forms and the LifterLMS Gravity Forms add-on. So we create custom forms. You've got regular pages. Here comments happen on the blog or in the lesson discussion. And then this appearance stuff gets into the design. Here's the user and really just kind of general technical settings for WordPress site. But this whole area right here, LifterLMS, courses, memberships, engaged orders, this is all the stuff that LifterLMS creates. And one of the best places to start out is just go ahead and jump right into the courses and start creating your first course. So you can just jump over there. You can see all the courses we have here. If you want to just jump in and start editing and changing the LMS training course or the leadership course, you can do that. But we're going to start from scratch. We're going to add a course, and I'm just going to build it quickly. My new sample course. And put all kinds of content in here. And there's like two views of the course. One you can use as a sales page, the other is kind of a rolled view of the description that only students can see. You can add an image to represent the course. There's really a lot going on here. I'm just going to go ahead and hit publish and make this course live. And it's called My New Sample Course. So if we go back to the front end of our website, our new course is starting to come together. You can see me building it right here. We haven't selected a cover image yet, but at the very beginning of a course here. So if I go back to my course, and you can actually get to it from this black bar at the top as well. The next thing you want to do is just add some of the lesson content to it. So we're just going to section. I'm going to call this section Introduction. And I'm going to start adding just a couple lessons here. And you can see how the kind of the lesson syllabus or lesson architecture is beginning here. So we'll add another lesson. Really just the lesson titles. The kind of the lesson itself we'll get to in a little bit. So just for demonstration purposes, we have a course, we've given it a name, we've given it one section and thrown a couple lessons in there. So now if we go look at the course on the front end of the website, we can see it's starting to come together. We've got some sample lessons here. Now it's time to start adding lesson content, and it's really as simple as just adding video links. I'm just going to go ahead and go to the back end here. And down here at the course syllabus, if I want to edit this lesson, I can just open that lesson in another tab here if I want. And I can just start adding into all kinds of text content, video links. If I have videos on YouTube, Wistia, I can start just kind of creating my actual lessons themselves. And as you're exploring this, I would encourage you to check out the settings that you can use on individual lessons, drip content, you can do prerequisites, you can attach quizzes, you can do all kinds of different things in addition to just lesson content. Same is true for the course itself. There are general settings that you can use, some restrictions you can do. You can have a start date, finish date. You can do a specific launch window where people can buy the course during a certain amount of time. You can do prerequisites where you can only take this course if you've taken another course, and so on. You can limit the number of people who can come into your course. So there's lots of really fine-tuned options with Lifter. And while you're kind of in the settings mindset, I would encourage you to head on over to LifterLMS settings itself and just kind of take a tour through all these various options up here. And you can kind of get a sense of all the different things that you can change and modify and customize your learning platform to make it work for your unique experience. The next thing that I would encourage you to do is to check out the LifterLMS engagement system. We have all kinds of elements in gamification to LifterLMS, your LifterLMS platform more engaging for your students. So you can check out our certificates and our achievement badges and our unique emails that go. I'm not going to get into that now. I'd encourage you just to kind of click through these, maybe create some of your own, but also in your site, as you take this LifterLMS training course, really to look at these engagement options over here. It goes into exactly how to create personalized automated emails, create achievement badges for gamification, and create those certificates if you're creating a certification program. So LifterLMS can do a lot. You've got to have that, test it. You got to test it like the way your students would experience it, but also test it as a course creator yourself. And you don't have to learn every single feature day one. And, I recommend taking a minimal approach, like just start building a simple 3-lesson course like you see here and putting this together. And it's also well worth your time to go through the Lifter LMS training course, which really gives you an in-depth tour of the features. Um, that's just some tips on how to get the most out of your dollar trial experience. When you try Lifter LMS for $1, 30 days, um, two things usually happen. Some people get so excited about their real course on the site, and then they're ready just to kind of take over the site and own it and have it transferred to their domain name. That's what our Claim My Site says. So, which all comes with the Verse bundle, which is the suite of many add-ons, a product bundle. What some people do is they're just taking LifterLMS for a test drive. Maybe they've already got a WordPress website, or they want to build it up from scratch, starting on their own, and that's totally cool. They make that it does everything they want it to do and need it to do, and they've had a chance to really dig into the nitty gritty of the Lifter features and make sure it can do everything that they want it to do. So then they just try it out, and then they head on over to LifterLMS.com. You can head into the store, and you can check out the individual add-ons. Like we were looking at Stripe for accepting credit cards for checkout for one-time and recurring payments. That's one of our most popular add-ons, as well as you can check out what you get with the Universe bundle and also the Infinity bundle if you're kind of like to take advantage of getting bundles of add-ons and that sort of thing. So I want to thank you for checking out this tour of how to get the most out of your 30-day trial. And if you have any questions at all, just hit reply to any of the emails we send you about this. And if you're kind of curious which products are a good fit for your goals or which bundle makes the most sense depending upon your needs, we're happy to have that conversation with you. Just get in touch with us, and we're happy to help.
Thanks, Chris.